Area 3 of a 1/4 vamp in the key of C will occur in 5th position on the fingerboard. Let's do a quick review. Here's the C chord with the C form, C chord with the A form, so our next letter in the word caged would be G. So we have this little animal. It's a big animal. It's a tough chord to play if you're not used to it. But it's good for you to learn how to play this form because it'll just stretch your hands out. You're capoing with your index finger, barring all the way across in the 5th fret, and then your remaining 3 fingers are forming a G fingering. Be on guard about hyperextending fingers and things like that. You know what I'm talking about? These joints, you don't want them collapsing. Keep them arched. And this is good practice to practice trilling. It's physically quite demanding. Get a classical guitar and do it on that, or a steel string acoustic, but classical is good because it stretches even more because the fingerboard's wider. And then practice just moving this form around. Now many times you'll see this form, but you're not going to finger it as such. It can get a little muddy because you've got root, third, and you're down low. So you might learn some other forms coming out of that where you just delete the 5th string. It's a little more manageable, but for now we'll go ahead and use this big form. So we need the F chord in this position. Well, remember how I told you there's a pattern to this. You're just moving left to right through the word caged. We saw it occur right here. C, A, and G. Those are the forms. So when we had the F chord back here in area 1, it was with an E form. The next letter in the word caged is D. That's how we arrived at the F chord for area 2. So now we cycle back around, go to the beginning of the word caged. You have an F chord with a C form. You can see how it's just like your C chord. Refinger with your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers, and you're moving up. Again, root in the bass. I've said that since the beginning, and I probably won't keep saying it. Here we have the 1 chord in the key of C, C with a G form, and the 4 chord, F with the C form. Let's practice playing against the track. The fill that I'm putting in, I introduced in area 2. It's a sus2 to the major move, meaning I'd have the 2nd of the chord, 2nd degree of the scale moving up to the 3rd. That will occur on the 5th string with your G form. Hence, you want to practice that trill. You probably know it down here. For your bluegrass and country stuff. And then for your C form, it occurs on the 4th string. Those are great exercises. See how I'm trilling using a hammer-on pull-off combination? It's one thing to be able to do it with just your 1st and your 3rd finger, but then if you have to maintain a bar and also have your 4th and your 2nd fingers down, it's kind of like running with ankle weights. It's going to be a bit demanding. And this one is a tough little move too, but you want to practice that. And it teaches you to really get on the tips of your fingers and get underneath there. By the way, for you guys that are really attentive, you know that 99.9% of the time when I shoot these videos, I'm holding the guitar classical style. Even though it's an electric guitar, I've got my left foot on a footstool. That enables me to get under here, because this would be a real backbreaker. You'd get a backache and you put a ding in your ribs with your elbow if you're trying to do this over on your right leg. So practice holding the guitar like this. Get the strap, whatever it takes to get the guitar up, and you'll have success. And you won't hurt yourself. All right, now I've demonstrated in the previous 2 lessons ideas about bits and pieces of these chords, adjacent strings, non-adjacent strings, double stops, triple stops, all kinds of things, bubble parts. So I'm not going to belabor these points. What I'd like to do at this point is play a little bit in this area, and then we're going to do a quick review and move through areas 1, 2, and 3 over the jam track. If you look closely and you follow what I did, you saw me put in some other notes. Those are coming from the arpeggio, because when you play the chord form, obviously you have 1 note per string. So with a G form, it'll always be root, 3rd, 5th, root, 3rd, root. Well, there's a 5th available right here. Learn your arpeggios. Those are available in the CAGED cracked course. Gives you the arpeggios and the pentatonics. So that's where a lot of fills come from. Quick review. Let's play over the jam track. Area 1. You had the C with the C form, the F with the E form. And remember, it'll always be like that no matter what key you're in, right? Then area 2, we had C with an A form, F with a D form. And then we just covered area 3, in which we had the C with the G form and the F with the C form. We'll put it all together. I'll be free to move around through the different forms.